Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us this Friday, February 11th, for our second episode of Non-Fungible Television. I'm your host, Cameron Gray, and thanks for joining us today. Today, we hear from our CEO, Tony, OX Tony on Twitter, our head of branding, Vanessa, VKINC on Twitter, our head of product, Kevin Faaborg, and myself, Cameron Gray. Thanks for joining us and enjoy the show.
Sure. Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely want the whole team here. As members of, so we're a DAO. We're an open project. We're open source. You can see me and the other devs chatting day in day out in our dev chat in the Discord. And so from all that, none of this will be very surprising. But basically, a summary of that is. Recently, I've been working a lot on the marketplace at app.rad.live. And so app.rad.live is our Web3 app. It's a front end to Ethereum right now, and it has the capability to, in the future, go cross-chain. And we've got a roadmap for it. And we haven't been super explicit about our roadmap, but you can kind of see what it is based on what we've already done with it and what we're talking about and building and releasing next. And so it started kind of end of last year as just a read-only view into the DeFi pools that Aura is a part of, specifically our two geysers. And you can stake Aura and the Sushi Pool SLP for Aura on Geyser. And then also you can see stats about what those contracts are doing on app.rad.live. So that was the very, very first thing. But now we're taking it much further than that. And essentially what you can see is that we're building out what is going to become first a pretty complete traditional NFT marketplace that then pretty shortly after starts becoming differentiated in very, very interesting and very rad specific ways. And so it's pretty exciting right now because right now we're at this inflection point where we're just starting to bring that out into the world.
Thanks, Kev. You mentioned how you guys are doing all of your chatting out in the open in the Aura Dev channel, and I think that's something pretty cool that literally I don't see any other projects doing that. Maybe there are some others. I'd love to hear from the community if anyone listening knows of other projects that are sharing everything out in the open. But our devs are in the Aura Dev chat in our Discord all day, every day, with all details and all progress and all updates pretty much shared out in the open. So you all can see exactly what's going on, all the progress we're making, and then track that every week as we update our community notes and our Medium posts.
Completely. Yeah. And I like to joke. Also that everyone can tell it's real because frequently it's like really mundane. It's like the new build doesn't work, right. Or I'm getting this weird error, or why is React doing that? So it's definitely you're definitely in the room. Yeah. There isn't another place where that's happening.
I didn't think so. Hey, we just had our CEO John Anthony join us. Tony, thanks for joining us, King.
Hey. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I'd give us a proper kickoff now. Michael, thanks for joining, and Kev's been on here. Prasanth, got a couple other listeners. Shout out Nayla, thanks for joining us. This is our second week of what we're calling our non-fungible television show. It's our working name right now. We might change it, but as of right now, it's week 2 of this, and we look forward to doing this with you guys every Friday. Big update today. We're not gonna drop any news until the end. I'll wait until the very end to prompt Tony to give us the news that will be worth sticking around to hear if you are a Panda holder, especially. And we'll probably drop it maybe in the middle of this in the Rad Panda chat within Discord. And it's a big day for us. We're really excited. Been working on a lot of stuff. And over the next 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to be rolling out a lot of stuff. We're really excited to share it with you guys, but don't want to be saying anything too soon when it's not ready. So today we have a big piece ready and excited to share it with you. Tony, we gave him a little bit of an update on doing all of our dev chat in Discord. and got
Hey,
several other updates this week. Hey, Michael, how are you, King? Go ahead, speak up.
what's
How
up?
are you, brother?
Yo, is this Cam?
It is King. How are you?
What's up, man? How are you? Hey,
Thanks for joining us.
can you guys put a post a tweet with the Discord link in here, or just maybe like DM me or whatever?
Yeah, I'll post a tweet right now with the Discord link.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. How are you today?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm very well. Nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, good to talk to you again. It's been a while.
It has been a while. We got to get on some more spaces together. You were doing them pretty regularly for a while there.
When it first came out, yeah, when no one had access, I was, kind of doing that. But
what you doing in the space these days? What you looking at? How's your projects going, Michael? What you working on? And what you looking at in the Web3 space? Anything right now?
yeah, so right now I am doing the Columbian Exposition project, getting ready to bring the AR preview live, hopefully by summer. We've been developing the assets, and that's basically, my big push.
Awesome. Where are you gonna be hosting that? Are you putting that everywhere like you have been before? I know you're one that is not one to rely on one platform, which I really respect you for how much you've diversified and not allowed any one platform to hold your content, and that's something I've really paid attention to that you've been doing. Are any platforms out there that you're excited about right now?
There's a handful of things, I guess, that I like and I pay attention to. And like, as you say, I'm relatively agnostic. I'm always looking for the easiest or cheapest ways to distribute content. And, that's the gist.
Yeah, I feel it. I love your content. You've really been making some very dope stuff. Your AR project that you've been talking about for over a year now. Really excited about that, and especially all the opportunities that I think this new Web3 space is going to offer you in
Yeah.
terms
So
of.
like,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, well, that one, it's tied in with the book and the documentary that I have that, you contributed some music to. Thank you. And,
Very welcome. Thanks for asking.
yeah, so getting this part going is, has been like a learning process, and then also just the communication that's been required to, do the research, because this is something that dives into some very old historical buildings, many of which don't exist anymore, and you know. Finding all this documentation has been a process in itself. I've had to like dig across the internet and all kinds of archives that some facilities, organizations and institutions around the city of Chicago, only have. And during COVID, that's been like, kind of tough. So,
I bet it has.
there's been stuff. There's some things I still can't even get yet, unfortunately. So, like maybe later this year, I'll be able to get those things, and then that'd be cool. But yeah, so like I'm putting together an article right now for a print publication, and focused on AR and VR, and I'm not exactly sure when that's going to get released, because I'm kind of talking with a few other companies and people in the crypto space, like in terms of NFT stuff, and the technology to bring this experience to people. Because like I could distribute this different ways, or I could develop an app myself, but really like I want to work with other people that can help kind of promote it and get some eyeballs on it. And I think that like I haven't seen anything that's done quite what I'm trying to do yet.
No, I haven't
Obviously,
either.
if there is stuff out there that's doing this, that's awesome. But I'm looking to kind of give people a Pokemon Go type of experience that would be like a historical tour guide, or things like that. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, actually, last week, I'm glad you brought all this up, and thanks for sharing all these details with us. Last week, we had a community member, Saint, come in that was really excited about a couple projects she's working on, and our team took a call with her this week to see how we could work together. So if that's something you're interested in, Michael, I'd love to set up a call with some of our team members, and we have a lot of stuff going on in the background that I think we could at least have a conversation and see what syncs we have and where we could add value to each other.
Definitely, man.
Great.
Yep.
She came in last week and with like incredible energy. And then we had a like over an hour long call with her, and she turns out like she's been in movies with like Al Pacino and De Niro, and like she has an agency and has done a ton of kind of comedic content, and had a show that was about to go out on Quibi and didn't quite make it out. But yeah, she was just really, really good energy. And yeah, it was great chatting with her. So we're ingesting a bunch of her content into the platform like now.
Very fun.
And then some other things that are coming too. But I also saw Anderson join.
Yes, King Anderson. Welcome.
We gotta get Anderson to talk about what he's doing.
I sent the invite. I sent the speak invite, Anderson. If you'd like to drop some info on us, please accept.
Maybe Anderson's like an OG in the kind of incentive, like fan incentive world. And you know, he had a company like more than 10, like probably 10 years ago, that was incentivizing fans of things to, you know, engage and share, and then giving them rewards. And so
I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, like he's like an OG in the incentive mechanism space.
Hello, King. Thanks for joining us.
What's up? What's good?
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to rain check. I'm about to take off on a plane, but stay tuned. Excited to share everything real soon.
Fun.
Enjoying listening right now.
Thanks for joining. Have a safe flight.
All right, guys.
I'll see you in East Denver too.
I was gonna say.
Lots to catch up on.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. Keep it up.
Take care, brother. Thanks for all your support too. I'll ask the tough question. Is Brooklyn going to Fluff House this week? Is he making an appearance?
I hope so. I mean, I think he's headed out there today. So, and I think it's going on like today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
They've got the Shack Circus tonight too. I know he's hitting that. He's hitting the Shack Circus. I can't believe there's a Shack Circus sponsored by FTX. It's what a time! Yeah. What a time to be alive. Do you know anything about the Super Bowl NFTs? Have you read anything? I've only heard some rumors, but I haven't actually read anything official. Do you know any official information?
Nothing official, although I heard from we had a call with a big agency earlier this week, and they asked us, do we know which of the Super Bowl commercials is going to be wrapped up as an NFT? So I don't know if they just gave it away, but I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about, but thanks for the info.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But
it will be.
You know, do you actually own the commercial?
Right.
And then can therefore like license that out to people, or can you monetize that?
I just put the poll on Twitter earlier of will the NFL ticket NFTs eventually be worth more than the tickets cost? And when I brought that up to Brooklyn, he was very excited about this potential because of how expensive the Super Bowl tickets were. And that's, I mean, what we're talking 10 ETH? I mean, what are we talking about at this point? So 10 ETH for the first NFL Super Bowl ticket? That doesn't sound like too outrageous of a price. Honest, I mean, if with these other numbers.
Then do you do? Yeah, I mean, like the nosebleed shittiest tickets to the Super Bowl are like 2 ETH.
Sure.
Basically right now. So like, but Coachella did that. I think they're doing like 10 Coachella tickets that are lifetime giveaways.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I saw that they were doing something with NFTs, but I haven't heard any details.
So that you buy the NFT Coachella ticket, and it's a lifetime ticket to the festival. And I think they're only doing like 10 of them or something.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
any price? Did you see any price on those?
I think they had just announced it, so I don't know. I don't know what the price was, but I don't think they even set a price at that point yet. But I mean, you could imagine that if you bought that and you are going to Coachella for life, like how much are Coachella tickets? And
Sure.
so you can easily kind of price that, but then you get VIP and
Oh, it does. It includes like a special thing forever. That's what they're doing.
yeah,
See, I
yeah,
just don't know how people do that. How can we extend these offers to people when we do not know these human beings' characters? It just we're like, if you have, we're basically saying if you have the money, you're welcome.
yeah,
So
yeah.
any old axe murderer, show on up. You know, like it just seems like a pretty funny.
It's
Like
true.
it's like what do like I said last week with Gino, we had a great our space last week. If you all haven't heard it yet, was really fun. We had a great time with Gino the Ghost and Morgan Page, Infinite Third, and our whole team was in there, and we had a really good 90-minute chat last week. But one of the things we brought up was like Ariana Grande is never doing this. This is not, she's not going to do a meet and greet where she sells 10 DGens tickets to where they're in a room together, unless like there's an epic security detail and some background checks. So I just wonder how this is going to evolve over the next couple years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it's anybody who can come with it, with the money.
Yeah.
Like it can be super sketch. Like when we went to NFT NYC and went to the Bored Ape party, there was, I mean, we were standing in line to get the tickets, and I was like, man, some of these guys need to take a shower, and like, like I'm like, they're sitting on like an ape worth $200,000, and like, it was interesting. It was interesting.
That's what I heard.
They got minted into a very exclusive club, and it's interesting characters for sure. But who knows? Like, not saying they were money launderers or
yeah, I mean, they probably would have been dressed a little better. Well, let's talk about that. Yeah. Let's talk about the fun Bitcoin chat this week with Razzle Khan, the rapper, and the $4 billion of Bitcoin that was, let's say, hacked and then stored with private keys on an unencrypted, well, not unencrypted, lightly encrypted, I think was the actual term, a lightly encrypted storage on their personal machines or wherever it was. And they were arrested and taken into custody. And then once that happened, we see lots of threads being developed of one of them's a rapper, the other's a CEO of a company that was invested in by Y Combinator, and and they've been sitting on nearly $4 billion in hacked Bitcoin from Bitfinex for some time. Any comments on this? Anyone? I don't even know what to say other than like bring it up and present it. Does anybody see anything that they'd like to talk about with this or make a joke about? Because it was really entertaining this week to see.
The rap stuff is incredible. Like the rap videos. I'm like,
the rap memes. Yeah, the memes. Well, I forget who, maybe D's Fi or somebody posted it. Said that this is you broke up a little, Mike. Are you there? You're breaking up really bad, King. You're getting a lot of digital noise there.
Classic Twitter space.
Yeah, I mean, it said I saw somebody tweet and said, "This, you may not like it, but this is the richest rapper to ever live." And I've laughed. I've probably laughed. I'm not kidding, for like 2 hours of laughter of this in the past couple of days. I mean, it is just that sentence alone it crushes my soul and makes me laugh very hard at the same time. Especially as a rapper.
The richest rapper alive.
Yes.
That's a great point.
Welcome, Brooklyn. I sent you a co-host request. Much better, Michael.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I was going to say, has anybody like traced their relationship and like their path to how they ended up being able to like get access to this or
Do you mean the Bitcoin itself?
Yeah, just kind of like, are they the people that actually perform that hack? That seems pretty wild, given like what I've seen of them. Who knows? Maybe they're
Super sophisticated.
Yeah, just across some of the videos.
You're breaking up again on us, Michael. Getting the digital interference again. It's like just like a bad cell phone call.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm inside of this place,
It's
and
all
their
good.
walls are like.
No, it's good.
Concrete,
it's in and out. So don't leave us. You're good most of the time. Yeah,
it's wild though.
Go ahead, Brooke. Go ahead, Tony.
No. I mean, it's like you've seen like big hacks over the years, and very few times have there been hacks in the billions worth billions. Right. I mean, Mt. Gox obviously is the biggest one that comes to mind, but like, what other ones have been huge? I mean, you see a bunch of them that are like, the Solana one was what, like 300 million recently.
Yeah, and they said they got that back. I didn't even see a real conclusion on that. I kind of lost the thread on
it. A VC fund popped in and like replaced the money. Yeah, and probably because they were like balls deep in Solana, and they were like, we better fix this, or
this
over.
This is a small loss. We can recoup this and keep it going. Yeah. Oh, I did see that Razzle Khan in her villain bio. We'll call it villain bio since that's what came out afterwards. She did claim to be a hacker, and a couple articles I read did say that she was a rapper when she was not hacking and trying to improve on security systems and things like that. But I don't have any details, so I'm really just parroting. If anybody read anything official and has any real information on that, I'd love to hear it. I laughed. So I'm still laughing. I picture her just throwing up her hands and like richest rapper alive. And then I saw another tweet that said like, you'd go crazy if you had $4 billion you couldn't access to. I mean, it's just so funny. Like, just what a time to be paying attention. And you asked about other hacks. I feel like there's been so many, but they kind of just lose their energy after a while. Like the hack is the big meme energy, and then after that it kind of trickles down of it's out of the cycle, and then no real follow-up.
Well, and Binance had a $100 million hack or multi-$100 million hack, and I remember everybody just going and tracing the wallets and like, these are the people that stole the money, and we're going to be watching these wallets, and then like a bunch of time just went by and nobody said anything about it. And Binance was like, yeah, everybody who was affected by this is going to get their money back. And, and at the time I was like, initially I was like, okay, somebody probably hacked this and there's a real issue. But then I was like, wait a second, like nobody's really responding to this. Nobody is like
inside job.
It was like, so, and I'm like, that's of course, like that's where my head starts going.
That's all I have to
say. Yeah. So I'm like, they set up a bunch of internal wallets that quote unquote lost money, and then promised publicly that they would repay it, and but really $100 million disappeared from Binance, and we haven't heard anything else about it since then. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this one. I mean, of course, the conspiracy theorist in me automatically comes out and is like, this is the feds. And they did all of this, and they needed a couple clowns to put the face on it, and they'll go down.
Well, what would that be? Would that be them, the feds, actively looking to hack these platforms and seeing how easy it is to do it, and just experimenting and learning? Like, what would that flow look like? If that's really the case?
I don't know. I mean, confiscating, undermining, psyops. If they're going to remove that many Bitcoin out of the ecosystem, like that's out of
Yeah.
people's hands. I mean, that has upward pressure on Bitcoin if they are effectively burning that Bitcoin. But it's like the Silk Road stuff that ended up going up for auction, didn't it? Didn't like Tim Draper buy
Yeah,
that?
Tim Draper buys every Bitcoin from the government for like $6 a piece.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with this one. Like if I was in the federal government, I'd be like, well, these are ours now. Thanks everybody. Thanks for playing.
Well, I
These
saw
are, and
that big
we're gonna keep
article, the big thread, the main thread that was being shared, at least one of them yesterday or the day before, was saying that it's actually a bigger implication for Bitcoin, and that and like I just heard you say, like it has some maybe upward movement attached to it, but this person was kind of saying, who knows which way it'll go, because that chunk of Bitcoin is actually going, if it goes back to the Bitfinex holders that had their recoup token. They released 2 tokens, and one of them was like a payback token, and they were going to essentially buy those tokens back, because what they did across the board when they got hacked is they reduced everybody's balance on the platform by 36% when the hack happened. So everyone's balance was reduced 36%, and then they issued a token that was a payback token to all of the people who were affected by this, so all users. So they've been holding this token for that amount of time. Now that Bitcoin has actually been recovered, they're thinking that Bitcoin will be liquidated and those funds used to purchase back the tokens from the people that were given those payback tokens. And if that's the case, then that means that Bitcoin's actually being sold and liquidated. And if that's, $4 billion out of what are we at today? 2.3 or under 2? I don't even know where we're at market cap. Probably got to be over 2 now. So, I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of.
They probably
bitty.
OTC it.
Yeah.
Nobody. Well, I mean, the feds. Who knows what they would do with it? But like, somebody who had that much Bitcoin would probably sell it in a private transaction so that it wouldn't be done on the markets and affect the price. But yeah, and who knows? Like, nobody's even in a position to buy all of that all at once. Maybe we should make a DAO about it. We're gonna buy the seized Bitcoin.
Hey, now that you've joined us, Brooklyn, do you know any details about the? I see you just went back to listener, not speaker, of course, right when I'm asking you something. But did you see any additional details on the Super Bowl NFT ticket? Do you know anything about that you could share with us, Brooklyn? If you're still available to speak, if not, I'll keep talking and move on. But I think you left us.
Yeah. Back on listener. Maybe at the airport.
Yeah, he is at the airport. Yeah, he's on his way out. So he's probably or in a flight.
Maybe Vanessa can tell us what she's doing in ETH Denver
Great
this week.
Great, yeah. Hi V, thanks for joining us. Vanessa is our head of branding and design at Rad and Aura. As I said earlier, our CEO John Anthony also goes by OX Tony on Twitter. We have Kevin Faaborg, our head of product here as well. And is Prasant still with us? Yes, and Prasant, our head of data, is in here as well. If anybody has any specific questions, feel free to request and ask away. So
Vanessa might be.
I'm here.
I'm
here.
Yeah, there she is.
I was just gonna let you finish.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Can I put my documentary up on Rad TV?
My king. Yes.
Okay.
And we could put it behind NFTs. Really, this is a great question, and thanks for asking and thinking about that. But really, we're at the place right now with Rad where any creator can come in and develop their own model. And we've tweeted a few times, but it's pretty vague but it's pretty tough to get specific about everything we're able to do because it's up to your imagination as a creator. And if you really understand the space right now and everything that's going on, you should be able to see and I know you do, Michael. I mean, we've talked about it for years, but I know you see the landscape and everything that's going on out here. And, we have the subscription model with the Rad Panda, and, that's the first subscription token to a video platform to exist. And that's just the high level. We can do that for every individual creator, for individual pieces of content, for individual movies, for a show, for a pay per view, for behind the scenes, literally for anything. So if any creator came in and said, "Hey, I want to do NFT, and I'm gonna, let's say, as an athlete, and they're like, I'm gonna post my workouts and my behind the scenes stuff throughout the week, and I'd only want my super fans to be able to access it." Well, then the real job becomes protecting that content, not distributing it. The real job becomes not letting it get outside of your walled garden that you're creating for your super fans. And at that point, the world is yours and you can do whatever you want with it on Rad. So anything you're thinking up, Michael, like I said, we'd love to schedule a chat with you, and I'll go ahead and pursue that after this chat. I'll DM you, and maybe we can schedule a time for this coming week to chat with the team and see about getting your content and ways that we can work more together. Because I know you have a lot of exciting stuff with AR and VR stuff, and I'm not sure if you know our history as a VR platform, but that's something we can talk about in detail.
Yeah, for sure.
V, sorry we interrupted you, Queen.
No, you're all good. That honestly feels like a more important question or conversation. Yeah, so I'm heading out to Denver this week for East Denver. This is my first time going to the conference, so I'm super pumped. They kind of have it split up where the first week is like a massive hackathon that they call Buildle. And they asked me to be a judge for that. And then over the weekend, they have like kind of a more like traditional conference setup where they do panels and speakers, and they do a little bit of that through the like hackathon week as well. And there's a bunch of events, but yeah, I'm super excited about it. Super excited to like go out there, meet some really cool people, see some awesome projects, rep Rad NFTV.
Did you say you were judging something? Did I see that next week? Yeah, what's that? What is that? What day is it?
They actually haven't sent me all the details for it yet. But I think it's like Thursday and Friday ish. Because the people are getting there now to start the like hack week throughout this upcoming week.
Yeah, it's like the longest conference week of all time. Like it's like 10 days or something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We need it. We need these long conferences after 2 years of no conferences.
I know, right? Well, because I think it's like really, they like focus a lot on the like developer hackathon piece of it. So, like that first full week is like all developers who are there, like staying at hack houses, working on projects together, like meeting new people and pairing up. So has anyone on here been to any of the ETH conferences before, like ETH Denver or ETH Lisbon or anything? No, me neither.
I have not.
So
Yeah. But I've already seen a bunch of people that will be there. Anderson, who was in here earlier, will be there. We know Sean Chen will be there. Yeah. Yep. Andreas might be there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I have a couple friends going out there too. Actually, one of my friends owns like a whole kind of content creation studio, Tony, and he's going to be out there. We should definitely try to grab a coffee or drink with him. He shoots like campaigns and runways and videos and stuff for all the big fashion houses. I actually like
Nice.
got him into all the fashion connects when I was working at LVMH, and then he started to like get connected to all the other brands and has like made kind of a niche in that space. But um, he shoots some really amazing content, and more recently has gotten just so bullish on the NFT space. It's like the only thing he talks about now.
Seems like that with everyone. They come
Nice.
in
Right.
and they're here for like a week, or maybe they're even skeptical for a month, and then after they really get it, they're like, okay, well, this is all I do now. This is my whole. I've
Yeah.
dedicated all my time to NFTs now.
Yeah. He did this really kind of like funny NFT art experiment where called Fried Eggs, where he cracked and cooked like 150 eggs and then photographed each of them and minted them as NFTs. So they all like are slightly different because, you know, no egg that you cook is going to look the exact same as the other one.
So
But then they were
silly.
also like each non-fungible tokens. It was cool.
Well, I think we could give. I know we gave a little update last week, but after getting a little clearer picture of everything this week and having a better eye on what's to come, we could give a little more details on our upcoming NFT drop of the biggest rapper of all time, and got a chance to speak with the photographer Ellie Hirschko this past week and get to know him a little bit in preparation for our Twitter Spaces coming up. We're not sure if we're going to do it next Friday or the Friday after. We're still dialing that in, and we'll update you as soon as we have the information. But the the shoots that this man has done since 1993-ish have been some of the most epic shoots ever, and to talk to him and hear his story this past week was really exciting and inspiring as somebody who grew up listening to hip hop music and is a rapper, and knowing that he's shooting covers of magazines that I actually own still today and that I've carried with me for 25 years, is a pretty epic addition to the space. And him coming in and dropping 10 different images that have never been seen before, um, it very interesting to me, and a pretty big deal for a photographer to be giving up um, their rights to these images as he's selling not only the NFT itself, but also the physical negative that is trapped between two pieces of glass that's held together by magnets. And each winner of these 10 pieces will be shipped the physical negative of the image. And the the photographer that's owned these for 25 years will no longer have these negatives or copies to them. And hearing him talk about it and us being able to offer that come in the next couple weeks is something I'm very excited about as an artist and a creator. And to be launching this on Rad is really exciting. So just want to give a shout out to the team and everybody that made that happen. I know Brooklyn's off of here, but he's really the one that brought all those stars together, and we're really excited to share that information with you guys over the next couple weeks. So stay tuned, and we'll be giving you guys a date here in the next few days of when we'll be talking live with Ellie, and that'll be a space you guys definitely don't want to miss. He's got hilarious stories about photo shoots he did with Backstreet Boys and Biggie and Onyx, and I mean, really just tons of huge names from the 90s of the epic MTV era. And to hear him tell these stories and how he's progressed in his career is really awesome. So stay tuned for that. Tony, would you like to? I mentioned this earlier in Discord. Would you like to drop the bomb of the panda bomb today?
Yeah, totally. I mean, we've obviously been working on what we can do tech wise to give some value back to the community and really set the stage for the future. So starting with the pandas and providing value back to the pandas first, but then going into, what comes next. And so we're planning another drop, which, we have an amazing artist, and we're going to start giving info about him. Today we'll probably start dropping some of the info out there about who he is, and then some of the art will start to drop relatively soon. Most likely around February 22nd, and then, planning the drop a little bit later from that. But, the pandas, of course, are top of mind in all of that, and how we can provide value back to the community through the pandas. And actually, this gets into a little bit of the broader ecosystem, but a new NFT drop is, paired with a panda. If you have a panda plus, something from this new drop, that amplifies your opportunities in a way. So there's a lot that we're going to be announcing in the next couple of weeks around, the new drop, plus what that means if you have a panda and the new drop. And of course, panda holders will get access to that drop, before anybody else. And so there's a lot of fun stuff that we're providing there. But one piece of tech that we have been preparing to launch and just testing it and make sure that everything works properly is the ability for pandas to go claim aura. And so we initially set out to drop aura on a schedule to a bunch of the panda holders, but have since kind of shuffled that in terms of the opportunity there. We've shuffled that from being, having a bunch of aura scheduled out to get dropped over 2 years, to a bunch of aura being claimable very quickly. And then doing that on a per panda basis, doing that as a much larger opportunity to the current panda holders. So what we have today, which will go live, and we're going to post this link in the Discord, is the ability for panda holders to go to the site and actually see their pandas as available. And there should be a claim button on the panda for you to go claim aura tokens. And so today we're funding a smart contract with aura, and then any panda holders will be able to go to an actual production website and click on a claim button on a per panda basis, and claim 50,000 aura tokens per panda. So that's, and then the claim fees, depending on where gas is like $20 or something. Mm-hmm. So it's like 30. I think it was like 30. And the claim contract is pretty inexpensive from a gas perspective, but the number of aura tokens, the value of the aura tokens is larger than the gas fees. So it's ultimately a worthwhile claim.
Yeah, it's a great claim.
And the key there, for everybody is as a panda holder, is there's something coming with the NFT platform that is about to launch. And when I say it's about to launch, we're going to be launching the Biggie photographs on our own platform. So the auction will be run through Rad NFTs. And so, we're talking about a few weeks here of actual production level code that's going to be working its way out into usability. And that includes listing existing NFTs that you own inside Rad for sale and resale. And you can, do it as a simple sale at a certain price, or do it as an auction. And, and then, shortly thereafter, you'll be able to do large collections, 10,000 piece drops, etc. And with the end goal being that you can do things like wrapping up large videos as NFTs themselves, or do a 10,000 piece collection of JPEGs that is a gate to live streams or documentaries or whatever it is. Like Michael wanted to gate access using NFTs. So the video aspect of this and getting content on TVs and game consoles and mobile devices and have NFTs gate access to that content, that will all be available. The reason I say what's coming from a technology perspective and a platform perspective and how that relates to owning a panda, owning something from this new drop, and owning ARA tokens is that you will not want to go dump any ARA tokens on the market, because the value that's going, and we can't talk about exactly what it is, and I've said this before, like I don't want anybody front running us, but what's going to be coming for ARA holders and NFT holders from that we've issued as the platform, there's going to be an enormous amount of value there.
Yeah, nobody in the space is doing this or can do this yet. Yeah,
exactly. So, we'll post the links to go do this and the very simple instructions to claim the ARA directly in the Discord in the Panda private chat, and then give anybody who's in there listening a window of time to go claim. And then the way the contract works is it's basically first come, first serve. So there will be 5 million ARA tokens put into the contract. And then there's 50,000 tokens per panda. So, and then when the contract runs out, it runs out. So if people are going in there and claiming, that puts it at like 100 pandas basically can claim the rewards. So the way the contract works is we can fund that contract with more ARA at any point, and in the future we're planning ARA buybacks. We're planning ARA being purchased by RAD so that RAD can distribute those tokens to users of the platform. And so, essentially we can initially fund that contract, get it live, and get the, the early pandas rewarded. And then over time, we now have this mechanism for funding contracts and rewarding people. And so, that not only can play into this contract for the pandas, but also the future drop that we have, and also the partner projects that we're buying into, like Fluff World and Knights of Degen and Jenkins the Valet, so that if somebody comes in holding one of those, we can also reward them with rewards from those contracts as well.
Awesome.
So some really cool stuff that is enabled by this release. And instead of doing everything all at one time, launching it so that the all of our partnered like projects that we've been buying into and other ERC20 tokens getting rewards from us, instead of doing all of that all at once, which we could have done, we said let's launch this first for pandas only, and the initial rewards go out to the pandas, and then we can roll that out into other projects and other rewards mechanisms. And again, the goal here is to say that, like, if you bought a panda and if you hold a certain number of ARA tokens, because there will be a certain number of ARA tokens that are associated with some of the things that are going to happen on the new NFT marketplace, those mechanisms will unlock an enormous amount of value for you. So, that's kind of our motivation and the approach of all of this, and some of the things that are coming from a platform perspective that line up the incentives for value that's created for panda holders and ARA holders. And so those NFTs and ERC20s will become core to how incentives work in the platform. And we'll be dropping the alpha on that in the next in the next couple of weeks, and so the things will start to tease out as these things are being released. But the Discord will get the news and the links first to go do this, and the instructions to go do this
today,
specifically today here shortly. Like,
actually.
So hey, I got a split, but can you guys can you pass me that Discord link?
Yeah, I posted it. It's the top post on our thing, but I'll send it to you in DMs too.
Oh yeah, maybe I didn't. It's not loading for me on inside of the Twitter space.
I'll just DM it to you directly. Thanks for joining us today,
appreciate it.
Michael. Really appreciate you, and
Hey,
we'll
thanks.
we'll get some time on the books to talk this coming week.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Thanks. Have a
Be
good
good.
weekend.
You too.
And if anybody else, the Discord link, you can find it at ara.one, our website. It's linked from there. And then also Tony and Cam, we can even, I mean, we'll definitely post all of this in the Red Panda Club right after this. And we can also say it's happening very soon. It's ready right now. Additionally, so
nice.
Yeah, the contract is funded.
Amazing. Yeah. No, I mean that'll be perfect. We can post that in there and get some people going in and claiming. I mean, we've tested it with a few pandas on production on mainnet, so we know it works.
Yep.
And yeah, so it'd be good to see what other people, if they go in there and check it out and claim like what their experience is. And yeah. So it's a big moment of actual smart contracts going out on the platform that people can interact with, and soon that's going to be content based and NFT related. But now it's testing the incentive mechanisms and the rewards that'll be coming through the platform, making sure those are all wired up, and so this is one of them.
Awesome. Thanks for that info, and we'll be posting that here shortly, and as well with our other community updates. We'll get those into Discord and on Medium here just after we wrap up here. A couple other developments this week that we have in our update doc is we have several more NFT content partners that are in the process of coming to RAD. We're ingesting several pieces of content right now, and we'll have a new series on the platform come the end of this week as well. I'm not going to drop the names here. Maybe you guys can check that out in Discord and on Medium. I would if the leads of those projects were in here, but I don't want to drop it without them being in here. But pretty exciting stuff, and pretty every day we're finding new pieces of content in this space, and that's something we are looking forward to getting more in the flow of here on these chats, is hearing from our community and people that are joining what you guys are seeing in the space and what content you guys are excited about, and kind of pointing us to the content creators that you see doing special stuff in the space so that we can reach out to them and see how we can add value and add greater distribution to their projects. So if you guys are seeing anything out there, feel free to raise your hand to speak and shill a project or tell us about what you're working on or what you saw.
Nice.
I can also just say gas is 52 Gwei right now.
Oh, beautiful.
Quite low.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Go.
I've been looking at it. So it's a good time for everyone. Just go out and get your Ethereum done. So,
Kev, you're in Colorado, correct? Are you attending ETH Denver?
Yeah, a little old Colorado now host to ETH Denver. Pretty exciting.
Nice. Does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask the team while we have everybody on here? Thanks for joining us again, Slick. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great week.
Yeah. Strong week this week. We'll start to post out the updates, the developer updates in in the Discord, and we'll post it to Medium as well, so that everybody can see that. And then and then we'll post inside the Discord here shortly on how to go claim from as an ARA or as a panda holder, how you can go claim some ARA. And yeah, I mean, the team is obviously in Discord on a regular basis. So any follow-up questions or thoughts, we're in there to answer them.
Yeah, and I'll say again, I'll follow up with that again, that we said it on the earlier part of the show, but Kev and Dom and the rest of our dev team are in the Aura Dev channel in the Discord talking about everything in the open. If you want any insight or want to join the conversation, just head into our Discord and you can see them working 5-7 days a week, all day, chatting about every move they're making. So great point of education, great point of keeping an eye on the project and seeing pretty much all progress that's happening, and a ton of alpha if you're paying attention and looking in there on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. And everybody should know too, I mean, just as a reminder, that this is where we started to record these, so and we're going to put them out as podcasts. So, you know, we had Gino the Ghost on last week, you know, Morgan Page joined Infinite Third and talked about music royalties and how blockchain can make that better. And, you know, we're doing that from a video perspective, and we'll have Ellie on next week, the guy who did the photo shoot with Biggie.
Either next week or the 4th. Yes.
Yeah. And then have a number of other kind of influencer / creators slated to come through as well. And so not only will we have these as Twitter Spaces, but we'll be publishing these as podcasts pretty much everywhere, Spotify, iTunes, etc. So people can catch them after the fact. And so, you know, non-fungible TV is a strong push out there for now. And if we decide to change it, you know, maybe, but who knows? I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
And yeah. So, and I think there's a huge underserved video creator market in the NFT space right now. It's all JPEGs. So, you know, we're at the forefront of that and want to engage the community and get as many voices on the podcast as we possibly can. So excited about that moving forward.
I see Slick and Diamond Hands have their hands up. Diamond Hands, why don't you go ahead and ask your question, please? And thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. It's your boy Light Yaddy.
Oh shoot, Light Yaddy, what up, baby? I couldn't see your full name in there. Sorry. I see now. I see. How are you, King? Thanks for joining.
You know, we in the future where yachts are our names now. So
right.
You can't put me on my yacht. Anyway, I was listening in, and if you guys are unaware, I was spamming your DMs. Literally during this whole entire space, Twitter broke for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like all of Twitter.
That. Oh, and I see now. I see.
Like during like we were safe in this space. Like everyone was just talking like nothing happened. Meanwhile, like nothing was working. DMs worked and no tweets were loading, nothing was loading. Like it was really funny.
Wow.
Now it's just like, yo, like we're the last survivors.
We took all the power. Yeah, we had all the power. Yeah. All the gravity came to this chat for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I couldn't log in on a browser, on a different browser. Yeah.
So I have no idea what's going on, but I just got a tweet sent out after like 10 minutes, so we might be back up and running, but shit was crazy. Shit was absolutely nuts. I was waiting for you guys to say something.
But I didn't notice. I was just in here going.
It's like if the freaking government collapsed, it's like no one it's like, what do you mean? It's like we're just chilling here. We're under attack.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem. Happy Friday, guys.
Yeah, same to you, King.
Friday.
Slick.
Are you going to ETH Denver, by the way, Yaddy?
You said Denver?
Are you going to ETH Denver? Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in New York. Like I'm thinking I might go to NFT NYC again. Is that what you're talking about? Like, is ETH?
No, there's ETH. Yeah, Denver's like a big event next week.
Next
like,
week?
Yeah,
all right, let me hitchhike to Denver real quick. Holy crap.
We'll have a couple people out there.
Yeah, if you guys will have a presence at NFT NYC in the summer this year,
we'll be up there.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, we gotta link up. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
It's in June, right?
Yeah, it's like June or something.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Sweet.
Hey, Slick, go ahead with your question, my king, and thanks again for joining. I appreciate you being patient and waiting. You're the man.
Hey, guys. No problem. I appreciate all the awesome and exciting information that's been dropped today. But I guess just one question. I dropped it in the Discord too, but figured I'd ask it here. So the additional kind of like added utility that you guys are talking about, upcoming for holding Aura, do you see that as something that would need to be held in a wallet, or does that utility still apply to currently staked Aura? And like, is there, a balance as far as like incentivizing people to maybe pull Aura out of the pool or the geyser if it has more utility elsewhere? I guess I'm just trying to understand how that would work.
Yeah, I mean, functionally there'll be kind of two different mechanisms, and so one is just kind of rewarding you for holding it, and if it's just like hold Aura for Aura, and that was really released at a time when like we didn't have any way for you to use Aura to vote in like a DAO vote or stake Aura to become a peer in the network. And so, there might be for some people, it might be easier to just stake Aura and hold Aura for Aura, or put it in the liquidity pool and gain rewards over time based on the the amount of transactions that are running through there. And of course, there's different risk appetites associated with both of those, but one, like the liquidity pool, for example, if you put Aura and USDC in there, and we're talking about adding an Aura ETH pool incentive as well, you can earn Aura on the LP tokens, plus you can earn on any transactions that are happening in the pool itself. So that again, but there's like potential additional risk on the LP side, but potential for more upside. In the same way on the actual platform itself, and like on the RAD NFT platform and its integration of Aura, this is one of those things where like there will be new incentives there, but I don't want to drop them just yet, because again, like I think they're so interesting, and nobody in the space is doing it, that like we don't want anybody to front run us. So we've been carefully listening and watching and learning, and actually have the combination of ERC 721 and ERC 20 tokens. And not only can we use ERC 20 tokens to reward ERC 721 holders, but also use the ERC 20 tokens as the ability to reward people in different ways for doing different things.
Just different incentives.
So yeah. So and different and providing different levels to do that. Like if somebody owns 100 Aura tokens, they can vote in the DAO with 100 votes, but they might not be able to do some of the things on RAD that achieve the full ability for them to gain value from the incentives through the NFT platform. They might need to stake more, right? So it allows people to find value in the tokens at various different levels. And also, like, if some people have bought and staked Aura in the Aura for Aura reward pool, for example, if they want to leave that staked as a kind of a simple, mindless, kind of de-risked thing, and then potentially get more Aura to put in another place where they can earn more, potentially, or have more impact in a certain way, then we're incentivizing more engagement throughout the platform in different ways using ERC20 and ERC721. So that's like as much as like I can dance around it in terms of without saying exactly what we're doing. But holding,
no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
no, I appreciate that. I figure, I mean, obviously as you guys share news, going forward, that there could theoretically be, some, like you mentioned, a threshold of holding a certain amount of aura to play in a certain space on there. And so I guess once that news is available, obviously you could stake whatever you wanted in the aura and then hold on to, a couple 100,000, whatever it takes to be able to access maybe some of these other incentives on the platform.
Yes.
So. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You asked a good question. It's like the question that can't be answered is a great question.
I appreciate you guys.
I appreciate you, King. Have a great weekend.
That's wild. Twitter went down. I was like I tried like 3 or 4 times to log in on this other browser.
Interesting.
And it was like not loading. I mean, tweets were not loading. Login was failed.
Pretty cool. The space kept going though. I mean, if you had a big space going, you'd be really disappointed if it died when they had a server problem. So pretty cool that we got to keep rolling.
Yeah, they probably had a web server outage, but the Vox server that's running to run all the spaces probably stayed alive, and everybody who was in there stayed in. But
I'll tell you, they must have liked the panda news because we've had several pandas adopted in the past hour. And and
that's good.
Yeah, we've had probably 10 in the past couple days and a couple while we've been on here. So very cool. If that was any of you listeners, thank you very much for joining the club, and make sure you do the join function in Discord to get the link first to the claim that we'll be sharing here in just a little bit.
Hot.
Good
week.
Great week. Great week.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything? Yeah, we could wrap it up. And if anybody else has any last minute questions before we bounce. If not, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend ahead. Go Bengals. Oh, yeah. All right. Well,
who's playing in the Super Bowl?
It's Bengals and the Rams, baby. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the Bengals got it though. Everybody I know left Cali for Ohio and Texas and Florida, so we're gonna go Ohio over Cali for the Super Bowl. That's where my energy is.
You putting money on it?
Nah, no. I'm buying Aura tokens. No, I don't
buying
gamble.
Crypto.
Yeah, I don't buying Solana, and I'm out here. I'm not not gambling right now. It's dip season, not bet season.
Yeah, exactly. Different gambles.
Bet season, bet season when Biddy's at 70,000. That's
yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us today. It's been a great second episode to our non-fungible television episode 2, and really appreciate you all joining and bringing your questions and your great energy. We will be back here a week from today, hopefully with Ellie. If it's not next week, it'll be the week after that. And we'll be dropping some alpha in the Discord Rad Panda chat. And then after the Rad Panda chat, we will be posting it to the Aura General chat. So our Discord server members will be getting the first swing at these reward opportunities today. So make sure you join our Discord. Link is in our bio, Rad NFTV on Twitter, and Aura Blocks Twitter account as well. And look forward to seeing you all out there. Thanks for your great energy, and have a rad weekend, everyone. See you next time.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend. See ya.
Thanks for joining us today on another episode of Non-Fungible Television. We look forward to seeing you all next Friday, right here, same spot, noon Eastern Time. We look forward to seeing you all at ETH Denver this coming week and next weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a rad weekend. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.